Hello everyone, Akar here. Today I'll continue working on my small side project called Zaris. If you haven't seen the previous episodes about it, then go and check them out. Anyway, let's get started. If you remember, in one of my previous Devlog episodes, I said that I wanted the enemies to become stronger after the player activates these cool ruin monuments by solving a puzzle. I also said that I don't want to just increase their health and damage, as it will completely ruin the game's balance. I wanted them to obtain some new skills and behavior patterns, so I actually implemented that. I have only worked on the first improvement yet, so this is what we have right now. Shooters, which are initially the easiest enemies, now strafe around the player, following his movement direction. You can still run from them, but if they get close to you, it will be much more difficult to hit them back. So now they feel much more dangerous. And also they're like traveling on supersonic speed, so this is definitely cool. Walkers have much more juice now, as I added some cool particles to them, especially the dust that appears when the machine lands after a jump. Its improvement on, as I like to call it, level 1, is this small glowing ball. Walker launches it when the player is close enough. The ball slowly rises into the air while constantly shooting at the player with these fast projectiles. It exists for about 8 seconds and then just pops. Even though it seems like not a big deal, the player here has to keep attention at 2 separate objects attacking him, which makes the fight significantly harder. And finally, let's get to the golem. First, I modified his initial state by making him shoot bullets from his eye when the shoulders are destroyed. This makes him able to fight even when the player got rid of his missile launchers. Then I got to his level 1 improvement. I didn't get very original here, so I just modified the eye cannon. Now Golem shoots 3 bullets from his eye every time he fires the missiles, and keeps doing this even after the shoulders are gone. Again, this doesn't seem like much, but in combination with missiles, this creates something like a bullet hell, which is pretty hard to dodge. So you should really stay on guard when you're fighting this guy. I have also buffed heavy arrows, so they now deal 3 times more damage than normal ones. I did this because they seemed pretty much useless, as they weren't that powerful while taking up a whole inventory slot, which is a pretty big deal in this game. Also, I have long been planning to add some traps for hunting, which should be cool and fun to use. So, I came up with this shock trap, which is essentially an arrow which you shoot to place a trap. If you hit an enemy directly with this, the trap won't activate, and you will be able to recover it after killing the enemy. If you hit the ground though, the trap will activate. Once it has activated, it will detonate when a machine or a player enters the dead zone. When detonating, it destroys one random vital point on a machine. So when for example a golem sets off the trap, either his eye or one of his shoulders will be destroyed. However, if the player gets hit by this trap, he will receive 80 damage, so you really shouldn't come near the active traps. Instead, you can set them off remotely by shooting an arrow into the area. And to improve the whole game feel, I worked on Zaris model. I re-rigged the skirt using a very easy and efficient way of rigging clothes, by data transferring from the main mesh. And I finally worked on some hair physics for Zar. I'm not using real hair physics, as it doesn't really work for stylized hair like this. So I manually added winged and animation blueprint using the rotation of the character, his speed and a noise function to make it look more organic. I think this method of animating hair gives a really nice and polished feel to the character, so I'm definitely happy with it. Alright, guess that is it for this video, hope you liked it. In the next episode of this devlog we will finally try to bring some life to the camp. So subscribe not to miss something cool, and I will see you next time, bye bye!